good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Regardless of your time zone, you're here with me. Checking out my opinion on Politipod. Thank you for doing that. So we have Liberty High hangouts, and Democrats get cops to ban from a farmer's market. Let's see how it goes.
I'm the executive director of the Lakeland Downtown Development.
And you don't get paid by the government or anything?
I do get paid by the government.
Okay, so you're a government employee?
Yes.
Oh, I think it's untrue that I can't
We
stop.
can step over here.
No, I'm going to continue my interviews.
Okay. Well, then I'll just disrupt you.
You're going to disrupt me?
Yeah.
You said that you would disrupt me today, having conversations
I wasn't disrupting
with a
you
black
until
woman
you
about
stopped.
important issues.
Go down this way.
Why?
Go in the middle of the street right there and talk to people. Please.
I can be on the sidewalk.
He's threatening you.
Why are you holding up a picture of a gun at me?
I don't really feel like hating people and using hate.
Okay, I need to get a new chair, people. So, yeah, this is not uncomfortable anymore. I just wore it out. I don't know why I said that, but I just thought I had to let you know.
Hate to get attention is something that I like.
What is hateful on here?
Literally everything you do.
You guys are saying kind of disrespectful things about deportation and saying some hateful statements.
Okay.
So at this point now they do want to have you trespass from the property. If you do come back and they do call us back because you guys are trespassing, you could face jail time for that.
She worked for the city.
Yeah, she works for the city. So a city employee who is get paid by taxpayer dollars that I contribute to is wanting to trespass me from a farmer's market for my political opinion. What you guys are about to see is what happened to me when I went to the downtown Lakeland Farmers Market this past weekend to do a little man on the street type interview. Believe it or not, the Lakeland police actually told me to leave and threatened me with arrest if I didn't, because the city workers who run the farmers market didn't like that I have conservative opinions and they knew who I was. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you can be alerted for when we upload the rest of the actual content from our trip to the farmers market. But for now, we're gonna play what exactly led up to the interaction with the police. So enjoy. Before we get to today's footage, let's rewind to the last time I filmed at a farmers market 2 months ago.
Yeah, before we even get into it, make sure you check it out.
The employee who recognized me tried to wield their power to get me kicked out, but was unsuccessful at doing so. And a police officer later said it's within my rights to film here.
Have to move. You didn't pay to be able to promote your interviews in our street, so you have to move 2 seconds.
Yeah.
For the city of Lakeland.
Yeah, if you could give me the city code or something, then yeah.
The code?
Yeah.
Okay,
if you
I
could
can call my directors and I can call the police.
Yeah, if you could get me like
officer
proof for that. Yeah. So we actually ask people who consent to be interviewed and we go back on the side. We never do it in the middle.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, we don't want to obstruct traffic because that's not not kind. That's
Right. Thank you very much. We appreciate your help.
No
Appreciate
problem.
it. Y'all have a good
Anything
day.
else?
I'm
Totally
just
approachable.
personal curiosity. What are y'all interviewing for?
So I have a YouTube channel. We just come out here because there's tons of people. Easy content.
Okay.
Yeah, we're talking about Trump today, like usual. So
I recognize you. I think I might have seen some of your stuff.
And then a few weeks ago when I went undercover at a protest, you may recall that Democrats there said I'm banned from the farmers market, which was not true. No way. Who?
Mainly conservative media like Caitlin Bennett.
No, you are not.
She comes to the, what's it called? The Saturday flea market.
No, she doesn't.
She does,
I go
from
there
what I've
all the
heard.
time.
The staff of that flea market, they're banning her. They banned her.
They banned her from the flea market?
She, I would say she has like some to get her information. She has like a little bit of troll tactics, which it's fine. You know, it's fine. Some people are very rude. She comes and it's creative about it. It's very creative how she does it to get her information and to get the rise out of people and see what people are thinking. It's creative.
Yeah, but she still comes.
This was a very curious claim considering what happened this weekend when I returned to the farmers market for the first time since March, and makes me wonder how coordinated this was. It all started here. This is Julie Townsend. She's the executive director of the Lakeland Downtown Development Authority and a registered Democrat with a power complex who is notorious around town for using taxpayer dollars to install facial recognition cameras in Lakeland to spy on people who she puts on a watch list. As soon as I arrived, she somehow promptly found me walking down the street to let me know my presence wasn't welcome at her farmer's market and that she was going to follow me around and disrupt my interviews.
Wow, that is something. I got to see if there's any more information on these facial recognition cameras that are being installed. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't know. People should know what's going on. It's got to be approved, right?
So if you could just
I've never spoken to you before.
Okay, then someone that looks very much like you that also does this, if you would just
Have you spoken to me before?
No, I have not spoken to you.
Yeah. So the only time someone, I don't even see a name badge. It just says Downtown Lakeland on your hat. I don't even know who you are.
I'm the executive director of the Lakeland Downtown Development Authority.
Okay, cool. So I've never spoken to you. I've spoken to one of your, I guess, city employees that tried to tell me that I had to leave, and you guys spread around to other people that I was banned from here. So,
No.
yeah.
Oh, so you think because you say something, I'm supposed to believe it, but you don't believe what I say, just because I say it.
Oh, I think it's untrue that I can't
We
stop.
can step over here.
No, I'm going to continue my interviews.
Okay. Well, then I'll just disrupt you.
You're going to disrupt me?
Yeah.
Julie's aggression towards me started to make a little more sense when I learned she's also the wife of a disgraced former Florida school board member, Billy Townsend, a radical liberal who has written extensively about a civil war with MAGA and has made a ton of bizarre statements on Substack calling for MAGA freaks to be rejected from society, such as the following. I don't want MAGA freaks to have any kind of power over me or anyone else. They pollute public life with their behavior, and I have learned that they shrink like the mob-joining cowards they are when confronted with relentless moral aggression. I have learned that when you take the moral fight to them, they duck the fight. We have largely purged Trump/MAGA from our civic life in Lakeland. This next quote makes Julie's targeted behavior towards me really interesting. Just half a year ago, her husband wrote online, quote, "The best we libs can do for now is limit our direct public exposure to the personal consequences of MAGA weakness, protect each other, and rub MAGA uselessness in people's faces when it serves to reduce their power. We also need to start using our enormous, largely untapped social and economic private power as relatives, friends, employees, citizens, as ruthlessly and transactionally as MAGAs use their vote." But he doesn't stop there. He goes on, "In the end, I treat MAGAs the way they treat other people. So I would urge all libs to stop providing the social, emotional, economic safety net for any MAGA in your life. This is hard, I know. We libs are conditioned to take on thankless responsibilities MAGA creates. We have to stop. It's not."
This is, regardless of what side you're on or what your viewpoint of this should not be a talk of a politician serving the people. No, it should not be.
Not just okay to be selfish with the MAGAs in our lives. It is imperative. Seems a little fishy that then Julie Townsend is treating a known Trump supporter exactly the way her husband advises liberals to. Don't you think? Let's keep rolling the tape. You're gonna disrupt me?
Yeah.
The executive director of the Lakeland Downtown Farmers Market is gonna disrupt my interviews?
I'd like for you to move to the sidewalk. That's all I'm asking, so that you're not blocking people who are walking with strollers.
Do you say that to everybody who comes here and blocks like groups of people?
I do, actually.
Are you a city employee?
I'm not. I'm the executive director of the Lakeland Downtown Development.
And you don't get paid by the government or anything?
I do get paid by the government.
Okay, so you're a government employee?
Yes.
Okay, that was my question. Good to know. I don't want to be harassed and followed by a city and government employee, so please do not follow me, and I'm done engaging with you, so don't follow me. So she's trailing behind. Watch what she does next. This white Democrat had the nerve to tell these two polite black women to shut up and stop talking to me, and they weren't having any of it.
They still have their superiority.
His ability to conduct business because he's trying to conduct.
This is Julie
I'm
Townsend.
asking for
She's
you
the
to interview with
executive
her. If you
director,
could just do it on the
and she
sidewalk.
says she's going to follow me and disrupt me from talking to people
I'm just gonna
freely.
disrupt you
Okay,
when
we'll
you were
move
standing in front
over
of a
here because
vendor
I'm
who's
talking
trying
to
to
a
conduct
woman
business.
that's trying to tell
paid
me
to be
about the
here.
harm that white people have caused this country
Is why this last answer is yes.
because of her.
Yes, stuff like that.
Yeah, the last question is white people harm America. She's using you as an example
Because
for
he's
that.
trying to conduct business,
Yeah.
and you stop people Happy
You
for to
claim
be here. Thank
you
for
said
being a
that you would
customer.
disrupt me today,
I did.
having conversations
I wasn't disrupting
with a
you
black
until you
woman about
stopped.
important issues.
People can walk past, and when we move, they can come back.
Or it's
He's
a
not
simple
directly
excuse me. A
directing
simple
business.
excuse me would
Exactly.
suffice.
I'm
If you
sorry.
wanted to walk through here, if you said excuse me, I would step back. Otherwise, I'm not moving. But anyways,
Yeah.
thank you. Here's your pen
I
back.
appreciate. Sorry for your experience here.
It's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
You know, we've dealt with stuff like that a very long time, so it has nothing to do with
It
this
has
per se.
nothing to do
It's
with
just her
anything.
being rude and want to be a part of something.
Yeah.
Okay, so when I see some of these people going to rallies and other people come up and say, oh, don't talk to them, they're Trump supporters or anything, they usually just move on. This was a very nice exchange right here that the people didn't go for it. This is the first time I'm actually seeing people not going for the bullying tactics that some people come up and do. This is very nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would appreciate if you didn't follow me though. Like for the record,
Like
I'm not
harassment
following
or
you.
something?
I
You've
would
asked
say
her?
yes. I have asked her to leave me alone.
That's what that
Considering
sounds
that
like.
I am a minor, you could also be charged with harassment of a minor too, and that will just add to your charges.
Yeah, please don't follow me.
I'm not following you.
Okay. Yeah. Don't approach me, and I don't want to speak to you anymore. Okay. All right. Thank you guys for
You're
standing up
welcome.
for me.
You
I
have a
appreciate
good
it.
day.
You too. Oh, thank you. I talked to the cops a little later on who, like every other time I've been to the farmer's market, told me that I'm welcome to film and only asked that I step off to the side. So, as you can see, I complied with their request for literally all of my interviews.
It's basic. All it is that it's fine for you to do what you're doing.
I know
She's just
that.
asking that you guys move off to the side and not
Yeah,
block
if the people
the
want to
vendors.
move off to the side, I have no problem moving with them, but I can't force people to like move. But we do generally go off to the side.
Okay.
If they're shaking.
So if people are stopping looking at stuff, that would be the same thing as her standing there doing interviews with people. So, it's just a targeted attack. That's all it is.
There, so
That's
I'm not
basically
standing in the
it's not,
side.
it's not
So-
to make your interview. It's basically
So is this not a public street right now?
So what happens is that the Lakeland Downtown Authority, every time they have the farmers market,
Right.
they kind of like reserve the street.
reserve.
And they
So
can
pay
kick
for
out
their
people?
permits. Yes, they actually have authority to trespass people.
Okay.
They're not wanting to trespass you. All
Yeah,
they're
that would-
asking is
that
kindly
would be
if you
bad.
just step off to the side.
Fast forward to 11:53 a.m., and I was interrupted by a group of liberals who stopped us along the street to hurl their usual insults at me.
Do you feel rage when you yourself at a party?
No, I felt very relieved.
Oh, wow. I really understand that. It must have being so full of
It had to feel really
It
good to
did.
get
It
that
did.
out.
It did. Yeah.
I mean, like straight down your pants.
Well, the picture they said I was in a dress, so it's not pants.
Oh, okay, but that makes a difference in the fact that you like yourself.
That's really the
Well, you can see more of it with the
Wow. See, these people. Yeah, I said it. These people. Because you have to be a certain type of mental acceptance to be able to sit there and waste your time on just
the picture that they say is me in the dress. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Oh, but I mean, you just admitted that it was you, so I mean, it's not a.
Yeah, but I didn't wear pants. So you said rage baiting. You're asking if I'm rage baiting people. But do you feel rage?
What you're doing? A place where you're obviously not wanted to be.
Why would I not be welcome? Why do people not want me
You
here?
had multiple vendors say that you need to stay on the sidewalk. Did you?
That is one man, and actually I've taken pictures with several vendors here today.
Congratulations, that's fantastic.
So I am welcome
that
here
doesn't
because
change
we are in
the fact
Polk
that he's
County, and that is a red county. Yeah. So do you think humans should be forced to move out of certain locations? Like, isn't this free movement and no borders and stuff?
Third question right here.
That we told you that
people
we
should
didn't want to
move?
talk to you
Then why
about
are you talking to me?
Then move the F on.
because you're talking to us. You're in
Turn
the
around. Just turn around.
Right now, we're doing exactly what is necessary for her to be able to have a platform.
Yeah.
And I don't really feel like hating people and using hate to get attention is something that I like.
What is hateful on here?
Literally everything you do. So I'm gonna walk away.
Okay. Well, I would just like
I
examples.
hope you feel better.
Well, I feel great. I don't think men can get pregnant. I don't think Trump is an obvious racist, and no one has given me proof today.
You're entitled to your opinion. That's the great.
I have the right opinion. That's the best part, is that I'm right. Yeah, you're very kind. Are you a feminist?
I am. Thank you so much. And you know what's great is I don't have to owe anybody any sort of kindness, which you don't clearly.
I could say a whole bunch of things right now, but I'm not going to name call or bash or anything like that. I'm just going to enjoy the video and then, give my opinion, but I'm not going to name call and stuff. Even though I want to. I do. But what good would that make me? Right? All right. Just stick to the opinion.
Okay. So we're on the same page. It's perfect.
How am I not kind?
Oh, how are you not kind? Let's see. You're making inflammatory remarks. You're coming up.
I'm
to
asking people
You're
their
in my personal
opinions.
space. You're in my personal bubble.
If you did not like that stuff, you're just saying stuff. They talk about rage baiting and all that stuff, and then they go ahead and do all this stuff. Where do you get the mental capacity or the mental acceptance? Like you actually accept yourself to do these mental things to other people that are saying logical things. I understand it. It's just not logical for some people to think logical because of mental illnesses.
Uh-huh.
We
So,
told you that we don't want to
so
by you. We don't
there's
want the camera
these
on
are
us.
just statements.
Okay, if you don't want the camera on you and you don't want to do this, why are you still talking, my guy? This is where the logic, non-logical stuff comes in. This is what I'm talking about. Turn the F around and go somewhere if you don't want to be there. Quit talking and move on.
For people to agree or disagree with.
And I disagree with them.
So how are they? Good, okay, I don't care. So you disagree that we would have been better off had Kamala won? You disagree with
Why
that?
are you still talking to me?
It's for content.
So why are you still talking to me?
It's for content.
So why are you still talking to me?
I'm gonna move on to other
Go
people
ahead.
though.
Thank you so much.
You got something in your teeth right there. After letting them throw their tantrum, I continued with my interviews. Despite being hidden off along the side just like I was asked to, those same police officers came and found me an entire half hour later, as I was conveniently situated beneath one of Julie Townsend's spy cameras to let me know that Julie wants me trespassed for my speech. Are we getting in trouble again?
Yes.
You see this Jimmy John's I'm in front of? Well, here it is in the news. Watch this.
This is one of the new cameras put up by the Lakeland Downtown Development Authority. It is recording video and detecting my face right now.
So if we have a photo of a person that we've identified as a person of interest, we can upload that to the system, and then when that person is found on a camera throughout the district, it'll send us an alert.
We are told that
Yeah, that's also... Whatever, I'm not going to get into it.
alert goes to the LDDA Clean and Safe Manager, Tony Davila, and Lakeland police officers who patrol downtown.
So, I just so happen to be right underneath the spy camera that Julie has access to and can use to notify police about, quote, persons of interest, which I now am one of.
Townsend's response: people should expect to be surveilled in public.
We're hyper-focused on folks who have been identified as causing problems in the district. The rest of you, we have no interest in following you around and looking at what you're doing all day.
And police just so happened to find exactly where I am 30 minutes later. Weird. But here's what happened next when the cops talked to me. Are we getting in trouble again?
Yes.
Why?
So we've actually seen messages in this WhatsApp group chat that they have. So we're now getting complaints that yes.
What's that on? What is that going to be on?
This is Liberty Hangout. We're Trump
Liberty
supporters.
Hangout. Okay,
This is
cool,
friendly
cool, cool.
media.
Yes, thank you.
This
Thank
is
you for
friendly
what you
media.
do.
Thank you.
so
I
much.
appreciate it. What
Okay.
groups in a chats in a
So
WhatsApp?
they have Lakeland Downtown Authority, going back to them, right? Everybody here, when they're part of all the vendors and stuff,
Sure.
they have like their own group chat where they communicate. Okay, so it's coming to our attention now that again, we're just communicating this. Okay,
Sure.
That you guys are saying kind of disrespectful things about deportation and saying some hateful statements.
Okay.
So at this point now, they do want to have you trespass from the property.
For my speech?
For
I'm not saying anything. These are people, these are actually their customers
So the
that are
customers-
engaging in this.
So some of these customers have been going to the downtown set and filing complaints with the authority.
You're making inflammatory remarks. I don't really feel like hating people and using hate to get attention is something that I like. You guys are saying kind of disrespectful things about deportation and saying some hateful statements.
That's fine if they want to complain, but
Yeah, it's her speech. If she wants to have it, that's what she's saying. She's not saying anything in a threatening manner, not threatening anybody or causing anybody any bodily harm or anything like that. It's just these emotional people with mental problems that have problems with everybody else doing things because they're unhappy in their own little world because they don't understand who they are or how to find out who they are. Okay, so I'm not going to go into a rabbit hole with it, but that's just the basics of it, okay?
I can say my opinions out on the street, right?
You can say your opinions. However, like we were trying to say before, is that this is to say this in a more understandable way. This is a private event open to the public.
Okay, so I'm
they
the
do
public.
have
It can't be a private event open to the public. That doesn't make any sense.
They do have the right, the authority to trespass people if they want to.
Okay, so
they
to be
do have
clear,
the right.
they're wanting to trespass me based on my speech.
It's not based on your speech. It's based on the fact that they've asked you already to step off to the side.
And
right?
I've done that. You just witnessed me doing
so
that.
we have other pictures that show otherwise. We also have messages that show otherwise.
What messages that show otherwise?
That's something that you
Can I
could-
show them? Because I'm being accused with this proof.
So this weekend, definitely what I'll do is I'll be able to document.
I want to see it.
Okay, can you let me speak, please?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm going to document everything,
Okay.
right, into this call note that we have created, right? So I'm going to take down your guys' information. I'll take down her information. Okay.
Who's her?
The representative of the Lakeland Downtown Authority.
Okay.
Who we spoke about earlier.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to give you that case number, and if you would like to get a copy of all of that, you can actually talk to the LPD records and provide that case number, and then maybe they can contact.
So to be clear, are we
you
being charged with trespassing or asked to leave?
No, you're being trespassed.
We're being charged.
If you come back,
It's not a charge.
It's-
It's basically
yeah.
it's basically
It's a
telling you that
warning.
We're just being asked to leave.
It's
you're
a
no
warning,
longer
yeah.
to be over here. Yeah.
yeah.
So where are the limits that they've reserved?
Farmers market.
Yes.
So
Okay.
you cannot come back to the farmers market as long as they are having them every Saturday, whatever hours it is. It's typically 8 to 2, sometimes 8 to 1. You just cannot come back to the farmers market. If you do come back and they do call us back because you guys are trespassing, you could face jail time for that. So at this point, it's just a warning. You're not actually being charged.
So what? Let me get this straight. They're being trespassed for no reason because they were asked to move off to the side, which they didn't have to. They moved off to the side, and then now this lady has wanted them trespassed because she just wants them trespassed because she's the Karen or whatever you call it of the city. That's illegal.
It's a misdemeanor.
For what though? Like, what have I done that's wrong?
Basically,
Or
you're
it
not-
doesn't matter. They
you're
get
not
to have the
complying with
discretion.
rules.
Yes,
The
I did.
rules, You're not complying with the rules.
Yes, I am. You
because-
guys came up to me and said that it was because I've been saying things that they don't like.
Because they are hosting the event, so at that point they want to trespass.
So it doesn't matter. Like, they could trespass
Yes.
black people if they wanted to.
They can
Any
trespass
business
any
owner can
yeah.
trespass
Right.
whoever they want for
Yeah.
any reason.
Anybody.
Yeah, so they're like, that person's black. We don't want
it's
them
not
here.
About color.
No. It's about,
You're
but it's about speech.
you're
But I'm just
bringing-
wanting
you're
for an
bringing this to
example.
another level,
I'm just
okay?
wanting an example. So it's not because of who I am. It's because I'm off to the side. You literally just witnessed that I am following their
So
rules.
as I was mentioning before, right? I understand you're saying that these customers are engaging with you.
Yeah.
However, there are some customers that don't feel comfortable.
So
They
who's more
feel-
important?
They do feel like they are being harassed, and
No, they don't.
and they are making complaints with the Lakeland Downtown Authority.
Well,
Okay.
This is just so, man, I just don't. Oh my goodness, I'm telling you, this is just so. Me personally, I would handle a situation earlier. I might go do a couple audits. I was thinking about it and putting them on this channel. Going to do a couple audits, just to handle the situation, just to see how I would handle the situation. You know, just to handle the situation differently. There's some people who just say, "Oh, I'm going to give up and leave." But you got to know every single angle of what you're doing. And that's what I intend on doing if I decide to go do any of these, audits.
Which then
that's not my
give
fault.
the responsibility over to us, and they want you guys trespass or no.
Okay, we'll stay on the sidewalks because we can be on the sidewalks.
Do you guys have your license?
No.
Do you have anything?
No.
Okay.
Well, at this point, you need to leave the event.
Okay, we'll be on the sidewalk
Keeping
then.
the event now.
So they own the
Listen,
public
if you-
sidewalk?
If you want to host your event, you have to cross.
Can you
to
show
another-
me the policy or the
sidewalks,
law?
So right now, wherever you see this farmer's market at, right?
Yes, there's no vendors on the sidewalk.
Okay, the immediately surrounding sidewalks, they are also have permits for that.
It's just confusing because
It is.
every time we're talking to you guys, event coordinators, the parameters that we're allowed to be in, what we're asked to do.
They've
it's
asked us to
changed-
get
hold
on the
hold
sidewalk.
hold on. It's changing every time.
Every
so
time. Have you
it's
guys-
making it really confusing for us.
Yeah.
We've been here. This is probably the 4th or 5th time.
Okay.
Last time we spoke to an officer, he said we have every right to be here.
Yeah.
They can't kick us off. They said just come to
Okay.
the side, and you guys are okay. So we come to the side. We've been asked to go to the sidewalk. We've come to the side. So we're every time. I mean, we don't want to bother people. We're
I
being as
understand.
respectful as we
Yeah,
can.
and you guys are trying to do your own thing. I get
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But why would an officer last time say that just come off to the side and we have every right to be here, but now we don't even have a right to be on this public sidewalk? So are you saying that we can't walk down the sidewalk Or just as
What I'm gonna
citizens, if there
recommend-
was a farmer's market,
what
could you
I'm-
answer that so
what
we
I'm-
know our parameters?
Here's what I'm gonna recommend, okay? Because I understand that there's also it's just
It's a recommendation. Notice those words. Recommend. It's not law. It's a recommendation.
Yeah, it's really
So
confusing.
here's what I'm gonna recommend so that everybody's on the same page here. Tomorrow or Monday, whenever the Downtown Authority offices open, speak to them.
Okay.
See if you can get something in writing from them that clearly delineates or clearly outlines where you're allowed to be, not allowed to be, what you're allowed to do, not allowed to do. That way there are no issues. That way you guys don't continue to run into these kind of issues. Okay?
You're law enforcement. You should know these things. You should know these things. You're law enforcement. But no, some of these guys are just feelings enforcement.
At this point, we are going to do the trespass. You guys are just going to have to leave. Okay. But then on Monday, when you speak to them, if they are okay with you coming back to the property, to the farmers market, and doing this, I would also try to get that in writing. Because it's her word versus his word. It's so until we can get something definitive, it'll just clear it up for everybody.
Okay, so that's going to end this segment here. I am going to be doing a second one on here. I don't want to make this video too long, so we're going to split it up, okay? We're going to split this one up, but I think there's some laws that are being broken here because regardless if there's a farmer's market or not, if there's, it's public. So, they're there in the public. They can be on the sidewalk. And there's nothing that lady can do about it. Now, her husband's saying all this other stuff. That just tells you where her mind is, where she is. Now, if anybody in the comments has links or anything to some of the stuff about the cameras or how they run their policies and laws and stuff like that, because I think this is something to look into. I want to see how much of the corruption is going on in this town. I'm just curious. I want to know. And I'm pretty sure everybody that is watching this wants to know as well. I want to know. If you don't want to know, it's fine, but I want to know. So put that down in there. Let's have a conversation about it. And I will be doing a second part to this, so this is not so long. All right? Until next time, make sure you do tune in. All right? Thanks. Later.